Hello everyone, welcome to the Book Talk. I'm your host Juan Quispe. The world is on edge right now because of the coronavirus pandemic. This virus has been spreading everywhere in the world and is killing thousands of people. Because of all these events, I decided to talk to you about Marck Manson's latest book. The title of the book is called Everything is Fucked. This is a book about hope. Now, why a book about hope? Well, again, because people seem to think that everything is fucked. I mean, you look at, people are saying the world is going down because of global warming. Society is going to hell because of Donald Trump and his scandals. And we're all being exposed to all these dangerous things. Because of all this, creating a vision of hope for ourselves has become more difficult in today's world. Now, Mark didn't write this book to give you and me more hope, but rather he talks about the desire of wanting to have hope. Generally speaking, everyone regards hope as this universally good thing to have. But just like with everything in life, there is also a dark side to hope. Now, before I start talking about a book about hope, I need to start talking about a place without hope. Now, a place without hope is a very dark place. Now, I know what you're thinking. Hey, Juan, we're talking about your channel, right? Because you're hopeless? Well, no. I'm talking about what Marck Manson refers to as the uncomfortable truth. Now, here's what that means. Based on everything that we know about the universe, we have actually only been living here for a very short amount of time. So it's hard to imagine how anything that we do matters at all. Like, why do anything? You know, I'm going to die, you're going to die, everyone's going to die of the coronavirus. Who cares? And most of our deep personal problems occur when we get stuck with that question. Finding a purpose to our life, creating goals and all that stuff, it's in a way, it's all about finding an answer to that question. Why am I here? What can I do that matters in this short amount of time that I have to live? How can I impact my life or the life of others in a positive way? And that's the starting point of all the decisions that we do in our life. So the second main idea that Mark talks in his book is that of self-control. We all like to feel as we're in control over our action and ourselves. But in reality, we're not really in control over ourselves, and that creates a psychological dilemma. For example, we all know that we need to read more books. We all know that we need to smoke less or stop smoking. And we all know that we need to hit the gym more often. But how come we don't do these things? Well, it's because we don't feel like it. And every problem of self-control is not a problem of, discipline or reason, but rather of emotion. Every problem with self-control is a problem of emotion. For example, laziness is an emotional problem. Procrastination is an emotional problem. There are other problems like, hey, you have debt, and that's like a problem of reason. And there are equations on how to solve this problem, on how you can get out of debt, how you can pay off your mortgage, how you can pay off your credit card. But there are no equations on how you can get out of a bad relationship. Intellectual problems can only be solved with reason, but emotional problems cannot be solved with reasons. They can only be solved with emotions. So Mark really talks deeply about how we can tackle those two things because they actually work together. So the third idea that Mark talks about is also the most controversial one, and that is the idea of religion. Now, before you walk away, I know that talking about religion is not something fun, but it's almost impossible to talk about hope without talking about religion, because religion gives people hope all over the world. Now, but when you think about it, right, it's almost impossible not to be religious. Like, even if you're atheist and you believe in God, you still need to put your faith into some moral or ethical code. Like you need to still believe that something is important and worthy of your time and attention, even if there is no evidence supporting that, it's actually true. So Mark says that we need to keep that in mind, because even though we're starting to see the traditional religions losing their influence on a lot of people, we still see a lot of other people who are approaching things like politics, science, and social media with a religious-like attitude. And that's what's actually causing a lot of problems in our world today. If you guys got some value out of this video, please hit that like button. On the screen right there, you can see my other book reviews. And if you want to get notified about more books about finance and business, and you can just click the subscribe button right there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.